joining my growing online Psychic Awakening Facebook group. I find these people have in common many things, and I find that many of you are seeing signs like 333, 444. You're having premonitions, forewarnings about stuff that's going to happen. And you're wondering, what is that, right? What do these signs mean? And more importantly, many people just like you are wondering, am I crazy? And even more importantly, I find that people are asking, okay, so I have these signs, I probably have these abilities. What do I do next? What do I do with these gifts? And how do I hone my abilities? There are so many people out there that are wondering what to do next or where even to turn. Hi, my name is Joe Gakoskis, and I'm author of Journey the Awakened Psychic, the 10-step guide for unlocking your sixth sense. And over the next 3 days, I'm going to be sharing with you the answers to your questions regarding unlocking and honing your psychic gifts. But before I get to that, you might be wondering, who's Joe? What's his story? And why should I take him seriously? For me, my story started at a very early age. I share in my book when I was still not even a teen. I had this mysterious glow of light in my room when I was, that just suddenly appeared one night. And I remember seeing the clock. It said 2 a.m. And I look around, there were no headlights. I look back up at this glow, and slowly it started to disappear. And as it disappeared, this strange thought entered my mind. And it was, Joe, your grandmother died. Mind you, I was here in the United States. She was all the way over there in the Philippines. The next day, my dad shares with me the bad news. Joe, your grandmother died last night. And I remember thinking, how could I have known this? I didn't want to share, I didn't want to share that, right? And I didn't want people thinking I was crazy. So I grew up suppressing my gifts. And yet, the more I tried to suppress, the more I'd get these signs that would just keep nagging me. And in my case in particular, streetlights would turn off for no reason, right? And I remember I'd just walk underneath these streetlights and they would turn off. I'd ask my friends and they'd look at me weird saying, no, it's like, that doesn't happen to me. And they kept telling me, no, it's just a coincidence, just a coincidence. Deep down, though, I had this strong sense there was something more beyond just coincidence. And yet, I still tried to suppress my gifts. I just tried to ignore it. When I became an adult, though, the lights would still keep turning off, and I was constantly seeing 333 in particular. And I know for you, you're probably seeing 333, 123, and I know one person's like, I see 911 all the time. And just like you, I was asking, what does this mean? What does it mean? I finally decided, right, enough was enough. I needed to figure this out. And so I read books. I listened to all these meditations. I explored all kinds of religions and spiritual practices. And, I would meditate for hours thinking, okay, I got to control this somehow. Maybe I could control my energy this way. I finally came across this school for psychic development in San Diego. And I wondered, was that even possible, right? Was it really such thing as where you could train to learn to hone your gifts? I was always thinking that you had to be some kind of like natural psychic or something like you see on TV. And I remember just checking out their website for months before I did anything about it. Finally, I became brave, right? I became brave enough to attend one of their meetups. And when I finally attended, what was amazing was being surrounded with people who are just like me. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. I decided to enroll in their programs, right? In all their programs, I learned the tools for grounding, psychic protection. And not only that, I learned energy work to get other people's energies out of my space. And I also learned that I was an empath. I didn't even know what an empath was before this training. And it was such a revelation that I could actually control my gifts rather than having my gifts control me. My experiences were just so random, right? It just didn't feel like it was in my control. And going through this training, finally, all the questions I had were finally being answered. And from there, I was hooked. And like I said, I took all their programs, the clairvoyance training program, the advanced clairvoyance training program, where you learn to tap into your third eye. I took the trance mediumship program, and eventually I took the spiritual leaders and teachers program, which is a program where you teach other teachers how to teach this kind of work. And when I began teaching, I had also started my own reading and healing business called True Insights Energy Healings. Eventually, I took everything I learned from working with hundreds of students and working with hundreds of clients, and I learned what worked, I learned what didn't, and what to avoid when it came to helping others learn to unlock their own psychic abilities and to hone their natural gifts. And I distilled it down into a proven 10-step method for honing your psychic gifts that anyone can follow, from beginner to the more advanced to even the highly sensitive like me, who had been dealing with energy challenges all their lives. And this proven 10 steps gave birth to the book that I mentioned, Journey of the Awakened Psychic, the 10 steps to unlocking your psychic gifts. And now my book has reached literally thousands of people all around the world, and it even won Best Psychic Book by Soul and Spirit magazine, based out of London. Now this is what I do. I help people. I help people learn to overcome obstacles to their psychic awakening, and I help people learn to embrace their gifts so that they in turn can use their abilities to help heal others. And more importantly, beyond just being a better psychic, my goal is helping people reach their highest potential. And for me, learning to tap into your gifts and abilities is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm clear that honing your gifts is so powerful that you could use your gifts to help shift the energy of the people and the world around you in so many positive ways. Really, it's like the ripple in the pond or the waves of the ocean. You never know how far of an impact you can make just by you shining your true and divine light. Now, you might be saying, okay, this is all well and good, Joe. That's awesome. You learned to hone your gifts. But, I'm such an empath. I'm so overwhelmed right now with all this energy. Or I get spirit wanting to contact me and it's scary. Or I get these weird premonitions where I just know things like a forewarning of what's to come. And it's scary. It's scary. I don't know if I really want to explore all this. Deep down, and just like many of the like I said, hundreds and now thousands of readers that I've worked with, I know deep down you're wanting to explore. You're asking the same questions, like, what do I do next? How do I control my abilities? Well, stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and cover the habits my best students have used to wake up their gifts in the most efficient and grounded way possible. And I'll also talk about, what are these good habits to practice and what exactly are the bad habits to avoid. So come back tomorrow where I share this very important information. And while you're waiting for that video, I'd love to know, what are some of your challenges? What are some of your out there psychic experiences? So go ahead and comment on this video below, and just know that I read every comment. Now, lastly, I know many of you are like, Joe, I already know I want to do this. Like, how do I sign up? How do I, get some training so I could learn from you how to hone my gifts? Well, in the description or in the email, however you found this video, I have a early bird notification list forming right now. So go ahead and click on the RSVP link to sign up in the description. Now, if you want a free sample of the upcoming training, I'll send you a free grounding and replenishing MP3 delivered right to your messenger inbox. So in the description, you could go ahead and click on that link as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye now.